We got a friend of mine, my Rastafari brother. Lux, let's go. Hey. Guys, energy is a little low. We're gonna need to bring that up, okay? So listen, when I say what's up, with the what's up, I need y'all to say what's up, all right? One time for the one time. What's up with the what's up?
What's up?
Hey, I like it now. It's a little better in here. See, the energy changes things, right? How are you ladies doing? Look at y'all out here looking good. You guys on vacation? She's like, yeah, we are. We're on vacation. This is the best place to vacation. I love it. We caught the sunset early. All right, man. First things first, I'm Lox, and I'm from Philly. I'm going to tell you something about myself. Lox loves the ladies, okay? I love the ladies, and the ladies love me. I don't know why. Maybe it's the hair. I don't know, okay? But I love the ladies. And not just because you ladies are like magical and childbearers, not just because of that cool stuff, but I really love ladies because you guys are resourceful, okay? Like, I'll never forget learning how resourceful women are when I was young, okay? I was like 12 years old, and I ate some garlic, and my breath was funky, and I just walked up to this group of ladies. I didn't even know them, right? And I walked up to them, and I was like, hey, ladies, does anybody have gum? 3 pieces of gum came out. I'm like, wow, I didn't know I was going to get an assortment of flavors. Like, I just need 1 stick. And she gave it to me. And I was like, this is great. Women are awesome. They're so resourceful. And then I got older. I was like a teenager. And I did the same thing. I was like, because I know it's going to work. And I walked up to these people and said, ladies, everybody got gum? 3 sticks of gum came out. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, I only need 1, ladies. And I seen the prettiest girl, and I was like, I'll take yours. And I walked off. But ladies are, y'all so great, but then so effed up in the same sentence. Like, women will do something extremely nice for you and then be extremely mean for no reason. It's true, don't buzz your lip like that. I see that. I can see you. Can you see me seeing you? I can see you. You know it's true. You're the mean one. I know it already, okay? Because that group of ladies that I got the gum from when I was a teenager, I got the gum from the lady, took it, and I turned to walk away. I have really good hearing, all right? My hearing is like 20/20, if that's a thing. But I was walking away, and I heard the one girl say, yeah, he was trying to talk to me earlier. His breath was funky. He needs gum. Now I'm walking away with the gum like, oh, does it? You know? I just turned around and threw the stick of gum at her like a ninja star. And hit her right there in her left cheekbone. And then we had a kid. That's just how it works. They're so resourceful, okay? You give a woman 1 thing, she will immediately or later on double it, okay? It's going to happen. That's what they do. It's ridiculous. Women in their purses, those purses are magical too, okay? Like, I found that out also at a young age, okay? My grandma, she always had this heavy dumbbell weight bag. You know what I mean? It just felt like I was doing a curl every time. She was like, go get my bag. I was like, oh, arms burned. Last time I got it for you, you know? And I get this bag every time for her, you know, it's grandma's bag. I'm like, I didn't care. And one day I learned why the bag was so heavy. Okay? Because my grandma used to take me everywhere, so she's driving me around, and we had to make this stop. And I'm from Philadelphia. That's why I got to keep the shirt on. Okay. We stopped somewhere, and a guy tried to open my door. My grandma reached into that bag and pulled out the biggest pistol I've ever seen. The hole was so big on it that when I seen it, I just closed my eyes immediately. I said, oh, don't kill me. She gonna shoot us with this kid. And he immediately ran off. And grandma said, God damn it, make me pull out my gun. That's why it's so heavy, grandma. Women have those purses. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay? Something cool. I was here, actually in Hawaii, all right? And I was shopping down the street at Safeway. I don't know what I bought, but for some reason, Safeway zip tied them together. I'm like, and I was walking off, and I'm like, oh, I need to get to this. And I'm like struggling with it, and this Asian lady was like, do you need scissors? And I was like, yes. I don't know where I'm going to get scissors from. She said, what's it? Started rifling through her bag. I was like, this lady has a pair of scissors in her bag. Not one, she had two pairs. She had like the kid safety scissors, and then she had the orange ones. I was like, you're so magical, man. Thank you so much, okay? Like, you guys, women in their purses, they're cool. They're the coolest things. No guys have a purse. We don't have anything. We just got a wallet and keys. That's it. We're not important at all. Nobody cares. Scissors. Oh, no. Sorry. Left them in my other trousers. You know? Listen, my kids are here on island. They're spending the summer with me. Have some quality time with them too, and it's amazing. Okay, it's great. If you don't have kids, go home and try tonight. Okay. But like kids, it's different. You know, living by yourself and then having kids, because why do they eat so much? Like, oh my God! Like, I didn't even mean this to be funny. I didn't even know he had that. But he's eating, he just ate before we left. Jesus Christ! Listen, they eat so much. It's like, are you guys hungry? Yeah. You feed them, and then like 20 minutes later, Daddy, I want a snack. I want a snack. You just ate. Just let your food digest. And I get you a snack in a little bit. 5 minutes later, can I have some of yours? Stop eating so much. Gosh, I just want to not feed them, but I heard that's child abuse. So I can't do it. But that's my time, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks. Have a good Friday night. Right? Yeah, give a hand for Jimmy.
All right. Sorry to disappoint you, Locks, but I got a purse. I got you.
You got scissors in there or a gun?
I got. Man, don't be
You have
asking
nothing,
about
sir. You have
that.
no resources.
That's not a purse. That's a drug dealer bag. I'm sorry. All right. Let's bring on the pain. My boy Henry Payne. Let's go. Give it up.
Hey guys, what's up? Thank you. Hell yeah, stand-up comedy, huh? Who's excited to be here? Yeah, I am. I took a break from stand-up for a while, actually. I took most of 2020 off. Took most of 2020 off. I took some of 2021 off also, because of the whole jail time thing. But I'm back. I'm really happy to be here. One weird thing though about taking the break is that I had this growth spurt over the break. And I'm 15, by the way. I'm gonna be 16 in 5.5 hours, it looks like. Yeah. I'm not wearing a watch. I wrote it on my arm. Yeah, I'm gonna be 16 in 5.5 hours. But before the break, right, before I had this growth spurt, I was just like, looked like some little kid doing stand-up comedy, and you couldn't really heckle me, right? Because then you were just bullying a child, like in public. And I don't know about your opinions on the matter, but if I was gonna bully a child, and I had to choose between public or private, public wouldn't be my top option. But now I feel like I'm fair game, right? Because I look way older, I had a voice drop. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be practicing my skills with heckling and try and come up with like a comeback off the top of my head. So yeah, just like shout something, give me like a "you suck," and then I'll like come up with the comeback to it off the top of my head.
Die already!
That's not what I asked you to say! Good try. Can I get a "you suck," please? No, you suck! Shut it, dude, it's not your show. Now, I know this might be shocking, but I actually planned the entirety of that bit. I'm sorry for lying. I do think I can do it though. I think I have the capability to come up with a joke that isn't like, that is just like actually off the top of my head, that isn't pre-written. So now's your chance. Give me any insult whatsoever and I'll actually try and come up with a witty comeback to it. Just don't like make it super long, but yeah. Fuck, I'm nervous, okay. Any insult, and I'll come up with a comeback. All right, here we go.
So are you on TikTok?
Not an insult, try again. Any insult, here we go. No, you grow up. Thank you. I worked really, or I didn't work really hard on that. It was all off the dome. It is weird doing stand-up comedy as a kid though. As a teenager specifically, I feel like people don't respect teenagers like at all. Like they don't want to listen. I've had experiences where I'm 15, right? I've had experiences where 20-year-olds just completely ignore me. Like, and there's a 5-year age gap, right? But I think I understand it, you know, if the roles were reversed and like a 10-year-old was the one, you know, telling me about how capitalism is the root of evil in the US and like whatever, all it rewards is selfishness and therefore we can't expect business owners to not be evil as is demonstrated by this helpful graph on medicine markup. I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, thanks 5th grader, I'm gonna go follow AOC on Twitter. There's no reality in which that happens. What would happen is I would be like, whatever, lame ass. Have fun not knowing how to do long division, you fucking idiot. Yeah, that's what I would do. And you know where I would go on my motorcycle? Straight to that kid's mom's house. Like for sex. You guys are too much. Yeah, being a teenager doing comedy, it's weird, man. It comes with some advantages and some disadvantages, right? For example, I wasn't really around during like the 80s, so I don't know like the classic comedians that everyone loves. And so what I had to do when I was first starting comedy is I had to go back and like review all these old comedians and watch specials and stuff. And so I devised a bit in the style of an 80s comedian, and I'll perform that for you now. Fellas, don't you hate it when you come home and your wife is there? Like, hold on a second. The woman I married is present in our shared household. Now, you fellas know what I'm talking about. I'm always like, wife, our marriage is an unending hell. And then it's like she wants to talk or something. I'm like, all right, I know what's going on here. It must be that time of month. I'm talking about her menstrual cycle. Oh my God, a standing ovation? You guys are too much. I'm gonna go to the after party and do 3 pounds of cocaine. And they just got away with that shit. It was fucking crazy back then. Thank you. So 80s stand-up, not really my thing. One thing I do really like from the 80s though, another comedic influence, are those coming of age movies about like a bunch of like white kids and their one minority friend in a neighborhood running around. Like I love those things. And so what I did is I did the same thing. I'm gonna perform my impression of an 80s coming of age comedy. But it's just gonna be the very intro to one. And I need some music. So alright, here we go. Hey Siri, play Teenage Wasteland by The Who.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Fuck. Hey Siri, play Baba O'Reilly by The Who.
I said, I'm not gonna do that.
What?
You heard me, Jew boy.
Siri, did you just call me a Jew boy?
Wait, can you even be considered a Jew? You are too much of a bitch to have a bar mitzvah.
Okay, listen. I wasn't scared to have a bar mitzvah. There was a lot of reading involved, and it seemed like a big commitment.
Shouldn't your very ass love reading?
See, okay, at this point, you're just being juvenile.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're a robot, Siri. Honestly, all you're supposed to do is play the song I tell you to. Why are you not playing Teenage Wasteland?
You're a teenage wasteland.
I'm not a teenage Jesus Christ.
That's not what your mom said last night.
See, that doesn't even apply in this situation. First, is this real? Okay, why are you being so mean? Did I do something?
Well, maybe if you hadn't spent all that time talking to that slut Alexa, I would be a little nicer.
Are we really on this again, Siri? How many times do I have to tell you Alexa is just a friend, okay? It's not even an Amazon speaker. I was just talking to my friend Alexa. Is that really what this is about? Siri, hello? We've been over, hello? Okay, you're just gonna play the song? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do my bit anyway. This is my impression of the very beginning of an 80s movie. Your 80s coming of age movie. Here we go. It's a long intro. Yup, that's me. I'm the suburban white kid on the bicycle. I'm about to go on an adventure that teaches me how to be a man, and also how to respect my stepdad. I don't know that yet though. All I know is that I've just met the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. But I'm 14 and she's clearly played by an actress in her mid-20s. Why are we not made more uncomfortable by this? Well, because it's the summer of 1985 and anything goes, baby! And then it says some shit like, directed by some old white dude who's now been accused of sexual assault. Thank you very much, thank you. Light, okay. How much time do I have? 5.5 hours, it looks like, cool. Sorry, is that 1 minute? Really? I don't actually have a watch. That was time? Oh shit, my bad. Thank you guys for watching.
Alright, let's give it up for Henry Payne one more time. That's what happens. The kid's big as hell these days. That's what happens when you get mad at roll. Alright. Let's go with our next up, Andrew Reining.
All right. So here's a weird thing. Somebody I knew very well in high school was just put in prison for trying to kill their significant other with a hammer. It's my roundabout way of reiterating to all of you that I am from Wisconsin. Thank you to Jimmy, Paco, and the entire Honolulu comedy scene. This is awesome. Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thank you. They say when you die with unfinished business, that is when you become a ghost. But I think that if you die and don't become a ghost, that means you didn't fucking want it enough. Because I am the most boring person alive, and even I have an Oreo cheesecake I would like to make next week. So if I die tonight, I guess I'm just gonna haunt a baked goods aisle. If you get a regular pie crust instead of an Oreo one, you're gonna have a spooky time. I aspire to do my haunting with the same stakes with which I live my life. None. Just a ghost you could push into a locker. I am from Madison, Wisconsin. Very safe, very boring city. So much so that it's news that there's a buffet in Madison that changed their sign. It said all you can eat. And they changed it to all you care to eat. And it troubles me how much that bothers me. It unearths in me an unhealthy view of what buffets are generally. Part of the fun for me was the vague challenge from nobody specifically, but kind of everybody. Like, all I care to eat? Probably a plate and a half. All I can eat? Fucking 7. Let's go. I unfold the infinite next to this naan bread. I will use this couscous as a bridge to a metaphysical experience. When I think of a buffet, I want two thoughts. Number one, gotta vomit. Number two, gotta nap. I don't care in which order, I will find a gutter for both. A while back, I was walking to work, and I saw a vanity plate that said, HRS space RIDR. HRS space RIDR, and I read that, and I thought, hearse rider. That's dark, but I like it, you know? We're all hearse riders at the end of the day. Everybody takes that final ride, right? Nobody escapes death. Then I took another step, and I went, horse rider. Definitely horse rider. And I just imposed some serious stuff on this very nice equestrian. Then I took another step and I went like, hey man, is that a red flag? Misreading a vanity plate and being like, yeah, I'm ready to die. I don't know, it sounds good. This feels like the start to therapy. At my job last year, we had an active shooter training. And the layout of the place is such that sort of where my group works is a lobby area facing the public, and then nothing behind us, and then the rest of the building. So if somebody walks in with a gun, that's pretty much it. Like, that's it. They don't want to say it, but that's it. So I said that to the officer leading the training. I essentially said, listen, if somebody comes in here with a gun, there's just a wall. That's it for us, right? And she went, well, not necessarily. If you move toward the exit and do a combat roll, you could likely escape. And I don't know what I look like to her, but I know what I look like to me. If I sit for too long in one place and then stand up, I sound like a shitty door on an old cabin. If I attempt to do a combat roll, that's just two people disagreeing on how I'm going to die. He says gun and I say, I'm going to throw my neck at the concrete. I'm the master of my own destiny. I choose the way I go. I've recently come to the realization that my music taste is garbage. Every week Spotify starts a playlist just for you. And this week they started mine with a song called Ghost with a Boner by a band called Diarrhea Planet. That is as close as you can get to your own culture just openly mocking you. Look, we have access to every song, and we found the dumbest one. You love this, don't you, asshole? The first minute of this song was just distorted guitars and weirdos yelling Ghost with a Boner. And here's the thing, I did love it. It was exactly what I wanted to hear. The algorithm wins again.
Can I have some more of these, please? Yeah.
You guys, I have an Italian food kink. A real fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah. Did you meet Major?
Let's talk about that joke for a second. I'll start, I hate it. I think it has the rhythm and aesthetic of a dad joke, but like if your dad had a FetLife account. In fairness, that is the first joke that I wrote this year, so I don't get to take that back. My year is marked creatively by the phrase, fettuccine Alfredo, and I just have to wake up and keep living. You guys do drugs? Drug folks? Yeah. I don't anymore, but you know what? No hate if people do drugs. I will say this, I know some people who still do hard drugs. Again, no hate. Hard drugs people. Every time I am in a hard drugs conversation, I understand what it's like for a non-sports fan to be stuck in a sports talk. Pre-pandemic, I went to a house party and a guy asked me if I prefer uppers or downers. I turned into a grandmother watching the Super Bowl. Just, you know, I just hope everybody has fun. You know, you guys take care of each other out there. That's what matters to me. My favorite game as a kid was Monopoly. It's fucked up, isn't it? It's the kind of psycho I am. In fairness, I do think it served me well now, though. in that I don't understand why the currency is was worth what it's worth. I think everybody who has it got it by a scam. I hate all of my family and friends, and I don't own one railroad, let alone 4. 2021 is just me slowly losing a game of Monopoly. A while ago, I kept getting the same phone call on my phone over and over, and I ignored it. And one day I finally answered it, and a guy on the other end said, "Is this Big Jim?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, this is Big Jim. What do you need?" And he said, "Great, we've been trying to reach you. Do you have any axles for Ford trucks from the 1980s?" And I said, "You know what? No, this is not Big Jim. Leave me alone. Stop calling this number." But here's the thing. Looking back on it, I am 100% certain that I missed out on a tremendous drug deal. There is no way any of that wasn't just lingo. So now I'm on the hunt for this man because I could have been in a whole new business. Trying to think if I have anything else for folks tonight. I think that's pretty much my time. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's give it up for Andrew Riney. Thank you, brother. I got some action for you, lady. All right, let's give it up one more time for Andrew. We're gonna bring up our next comedian, Graham Elwood.
Oh my God, keep it going for all the comedians you've seen tonight. This is fantastic. The best question of the night, does anybody here do drugs? Like, this is a meth lab. We're literally performing in a meth lab. This is a meth lab pizza place. This is fantastic. I grew up in Madison, Wisconsin as well. So I'm just gonna do some inside jokes for me and this guy. Come on, what's up? Huh? What's up? What's up with Lake Wingra? What the fuck, huh? It's amazing. Yeah, so it's exciting to be here in this place. I specifically had them hang that chandelier for this show because I was like, I want this illusion. We're gonna shoot lights at it. It's gonna be like an ice rink. It's gonna be fantastic. Well, you guys take me seriously, like, oh wow, that chandelier really brings the room together. It's really fantastic. There's nice, polite Wisconsin people. I just love your chandelier. It's just amazing.
That's just fantastic. You guys having a pot roast?
Just say pot roast and Knox blocks. That's how we're doing Wisconsin jokes. They're like, oh, fuck this. This is some mainland bullshit. We're going on the sidewalk. I'm glad I got dressed up for this. This gig made me wear pants. This is the weirdest, like, this is literally an LSD flashback. And that's what this room is. Like, hey, there's a giant mushroom, there's weird plants, there's like some kid's backpack who got abducted. That's the evidence. We just hang it on the wall every time a kid gets abducted. There's a gremlins on the wall. Fantastic. Just fantastic. So I'll share a little bit about myself. Here's everyone's like, Graham, how come you don't date more? How come it's not easy for you? You should be dating, comedian. Yeah, it's great going on dates saying, I'm an anti-war, pro-labor socialist. That just boom, the chicks are dropping their pants. Like, yeah, they're going on a first date. Where are you from? I'm like, well, from the, the birthplace of toxic capitalism, the American empire, which is slowly collapsing and destroying the earth. How about you? Where are you from? So that's kind of hard. Much like the reaction of this audience to that joke is really how that goes. I'm gonna do an hour. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I'm a vegetarian. I don't drink or smoke. I'm like gluten-free. And I used to think of myself, I'm pretty low maintenance, man. I'm pretty easygoing. No, I'm not. I'm the most high maintenance fucking person on the planet. Like, my buddy that I, perform with, or friends of mine, like, let's go eat. Yeah, let's just go eat, man. Cool. As long as it's just like a vegan, gluten-free place with like a worker cooperative socialist framework and charging for my electric car. Yeah, wherever the fuck, let's just do that. Let's make that happen. Totally easy to do. And again, that's the reaction I usually get, is people just like, oh, fuck, that's why nobody calls me. We just want to go get drunk and high and eat pizza. We're not inviting Elwood to this shit. What else? This guy in the kitchen going, I don't know, some asshole named Graham Elwood. I don't know who the fuck this is. So tip your weights up. They're working hard for you. I watch a lot of cult documentaries. Yes! Aren't they fantastic? Do you have the same problem I do? About halfway through you go, you guys are fucking idiots. You're in a cult. Like, they're always like, we just wanted to save the world, and then we had to blow this guru's dick and put his name in our ass, or I didn't think anything was weird, so we just kept going. Like, all right. That's why comedians could never be in a cult, because we'd be like, all right, we're not big joiners. The guy'd be like, we're all gonna wear this sash, and we'd be like, bullshit, in the back. It's never gonna happen, dude. Or we'd wear it and be like, no, I'm in the cult. Ooh, when's Zeno coming? And then be like, you guys gotta leave, because you're dicks. Oh, man. It's just like why we never have to be on jury. Are you filming this? Okay. Just pictures? What are the pictures for? Oh, okay. I thought it was, sorry. I got because all this is going to my new HBO special. Live from the pizza place. Graham Elwood Deep Dish Comedy, or whatever we're going to call it. Extra meat, that's how we're going to call it. I like Hawaii. It's amazing. The people have an amazing work ethic here. You know, I'm sure when you ask somebody back in Wisconsin, like, what do you do? And they'll give you one job. I work for this place. On this island, everybody here has like 10 fucking jobs. It's amazing. They work so hard. They're just like, oh, you know, I do construction and then Reiki healing, and I have a yoga studio. It's actually half yoga studio, half food truck. And then we just run it down a zip line to my buddy's snorkel boat. And then, you know, I work a forklift and wait tables. And of course, I got a real estate license. But that's it. Other than that, holy shit, I just do YouTube and tell dick jokes at night. I can't believe, I feel lazy. So what else? I do a political YouTube show called Political Vigilante, very left-leaning. Thank you, one fucking lefty socialist. Everyone else is like, we just love the two-party system. We love the lesser of two evils. It's so great. Nowhere else in society would we accept that, lesser of two evils. There's nowhere else in society we would do that. Nowhere else in society would you go, we're going to go for the lesser of two evils. Nowhere. Advertisers couldn't get away with it. The all-new Chevy Malibu, just not as shitty as the Ford Taurus. That would never happen. No one would dance in the street for that ad. Honey, it's date night. We need a sitter for the kids. There's only 2 sitters to choose from. A pedophile and a meth head. Meth head, right? I go meth head, right? The kids would have activities at least. I mean, one might have a face tattoo, but at least they weren't getting fucking Epstein. I know, not crossed the line at the pizza place. Thank you, Paco, for bringing my big heroin spoon. Oh yeah, Tamoa, put this online. That's what we need, this on fucking line for sure, brother. That just made this seem like totally random. I didn't know a camera was there. So I have a political YouTube show, and which is cool, and I got great fans, but they're very into conspiracies and the deep state and all that. So, like, they send me books. I have a P.O. box, and they're never like fun. It's never like romance, like Time Traveler's Wife, like a mermaid and a dolphin ran on a rainbow. It's always just like some like Sesame Street and the CIA or some shit like that. All right, it's the second time I've done that joke. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that joke. We're gonna absolutely keep that joke. This is what I wanted to talk about. In the news recently, Jeff Bezos has announced that for $23 million, you can fly in space. Right? Totally reasonable. You know what I'm saying? Totally reasonable. I love this. I love that this is America. This is the world. Here's a guy who literally has enough money to end homelessness. He could end it
put everyone in a house and give them a job and education and drug training and job. He could do all of that and still be a billionaire, but we're gonna skip right over that so that rich assholes can fucking fly around a collapsing planet and go, woohoo, thanks Jeff, I'm a rich cocksucker. Just not a punchline there, but just enough rage that we'll find one eventually. This is the thing about stand-up comedy, like bands get to rehearse and get the album ready and then take it out. We gotta come to a goddamn meth lab pizza place and try shit out in front of a stolen chandelier. So, and this is the last thing I'll share with you guys. What's up, brother? How's it going? Thanks. I love that, like, bend down that he just did, that, like, oh, I don't want to block the view. Now everybody can see. That's such a, I love a half effort. I love a fantastic. It's like when you're crossing the street and you're holding up traffic and you give that fake half run to act like you're speeding it up. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, my bad. You just moved your elbows, you didn't speed it up. That's for you, brother. He plays for the Pittsburgh Coronas. I will end at this. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they're always like, "Oh man, you guys always lead with your dicks." You're always like, "Hey," and that's true. Men do lead with their dicks, and or some guys lead, you know, chest out or whatever. But women, this is the future's female. You need to lead with your vaginas. You know what I'm saying? You need to just be like, "Mama's making muffins." You know what I mean? Like you need to just fucking walk into a room and own it and just be like, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? I knew that would end well. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That's my time. God bless you. Go Badgers.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you. All right. Let's keep it rocking with Tyler Tanabe. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Perfect time to use the bathroom. No, it's okay. You gotta piss sometime. Anyway, yeah, so what, Chicago crowd here, they just left. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, close enough. You can deal with that right there. I lived in Chicago for a little while. My mom is actually from Chicago. My dad is from over here. Funny story, I actually moved over there for 3 years, and I went over there. And when I moved over there, it's very funny because every time I go over there, you know, you tell people, you try and meet people, you're like, oh, you tell people like, you know, yeah, I'm from Hawaii. And the first thing out of their mouth is like, what? Yeah, I'm from Hawaii. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Why would you move to like a beautiful paradise, and why would you move over here? And you know, it's every time I would ask, you know, when I would talk to somebody, they would say the same shit, like, oh yeah, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? It became like a broken record, and after a while I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Next time somebody's like, why would you move here? I'm like, well, I'm here for the weather. Obviously. I didn't see snow, I just want to see something fucking different right there. No, but actually what I do tell them is I moved there to help my grandfather. I helped my mom take care of my grandfather, and automatically their mood changes. They're like, well, oh, that's good that you're doing that for them. Like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm helping my mom take care of my grandfather. My grandfather had MS and was paralyzed from the waist down, and my job basically was to help him, you know, take the shit out of his ass, pretty much. He had a catheter, so he had a piss bag. That was easy. You take the piss out, you drop it out, and then you got shit that you actually have to retrieve out of his ass. You put 2 gloves on and you fucking retrieve it out of his ass. Not very funny, right? But when I think about it though, everybody's like, well, shit, geez, that's a hard job right there. But, well, I do prefer the shit over piss. And people are like, I don't get what the hell you're talking about. And, you know, here's why. Shit, it's got a mass to it. So when you take shit out, you can hold it in your hand, and you can fuck with it, and you can Play-Doh it, or whatever the fuck you can do. And you can toss it afterwards. Piss, on the other hand, it's, I don't know how to describe it. You guys know who Bruce Lee is? You guys look like a young crowd here. You guys know who Bruce Lee is though, right? Well, Bruce Lee had this saying, right? And Bruce Lee had this thing where it's like, it's like, if you want to be anything, you be water, my friend. You put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a teacup, it becomes the teapot. Be water, my friend. It can flow or crash. Be water, my friend. Same thing as with piss. You get piss in your mattress, it's gonna become your fucking mattress. You get piss in your carpet, it's gonna become your carpet. Don't let piss get in anything, my friend, because you're just gonna get a big yellow stain right there. So anyway, I'm from over here. I live this area. This is where I grew up, Kapahulu, Date Street. I went to Kaimaki High School. This is my hood over here. Yeah, we got somebody from Kaimaki over here. All right, I can dig that right there. And it's, to me, I look and I see the amount of people from the mainland, and to me, I don't know, but it's not for you guys, but it's just nauseating to me, the amount of people from the mainland coming here. And I'll tell you why. When I lived in Chicago, I would be so homesick. This is how homesick I was. It was nauseating how homesick I was. I would see a truck or a van, and it would have, like the Hawaiian Islands on it, or it'd have Maui built, or it would have some kind of very distinct Hawaii sticker, a bunch of them too. And I would look at it and I'd be like, fuck, man, that's fucking people from home there. And I would actually speed up because I wanted to see somebody so bad from home. I'd speed up and I wanted to peer inside, and I just wanted to look at somebody from home. That's how fucking homesick I was. So I would drive up, I'd speed up, with all the I'd go up and I'd look and I'd see the whitest fucking family I'd ever fucking seen in my goddamn life inside that car, and it was just sick. I was looking at them, and what made it worse was they were so fucking happy. They were fucking the Brady Bunch in there, and they were all singing their whole goddamn song. I could tell because all of their mouths were moving at the same time and their heads were going like this. I was like, what the fuck, man? And you know what makes it worse is I came home, I'm like, okay, it's good to be home. And every fifth car I see is like that right there. I go home and it's like fucking every car is a whole bunch of fucking white people right there. That's it. I'm sorry, it's okay, come visit, but like fucking over here it's like, we're from Hawaii now. It's like, no you're not. Jesus fucking Christ, and it's, to make it worse, it's not even good-looking white people. It's like borderline white trash people that I see over here. It's borderline white trash people, and they're driving around in their car with their ugly kids, and it's a tropical paradise. I shouldn't be seeing this. There's a tropical paradise with white trash people going around. What the fuck? Is this fucking Florida? Is it? It fucking sure feels like it. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, yeah, it's fucking, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, there's just too much. It's too much for me. Anyway, enough about that. Speaking of ugly kids, I have a niece and a nephew. And I love them to death. My sister had them. It's my sister's kids. And when I found out about it, you think that maybe you'd be happy about that kind of thing. But when somebody when my sister first told me she's pregnant, this is how fucked up my head is. She told me, and the first thing I thought is somebody came in my fucking sister. That's the first thought that came in my head. And you know what? You can get mad all you want, but you know what? That's why dads get mad. They're over there, you did what? The first thing that pops in their head is somebody came in their little baby girl. Somebody blew their fucking load. And you know what makes it worse is when you see pregnant ladies around, those ladies have been getting some fucking cum action in their fucking pussy the whole fucking time. They've been trying for that shit. They've been trying for that shit. They go over there and they've been taking numerous loads trying to fucking get pregnant. That's their whole lot in life right there. They've been sticking their legs up in the air, moving around, full moon, it's a full moon, we better fuck right now, like fucking just taking loads. Those are the real sluts, ladies and gentlemen. The real sluts are pregnant people. I just want everybody to know that. Anybody who's single and fucking thin and walking around, they're not sluts,
pregnant fucking bitches are fucking the real sluts. I want everybody to know that. Thank you.
All right. Happy Mother's Day. My goodness. Oh, brother Tyler, hey, give it up for brother Tyler. Let me get the list. The list. Joe. Oh, we got our next comedian. Joe. Come on, Joe. Let's go, brother. Give it up for my boy Joe.
Hey, it's time. This is my favorite spot after the guy before me walks the room. This is my time to shine. How's it going? There's some new faces here. Are you visiting Hawaii or are you from here? I heard. What? You're visiting? Where are you guys from? Chicago? You got that? Are you like playing up the accent or is that your real accent? That's cool. So how are you enjoying the Hawaii pizza? Is it an abomination like most of America thinks your pizza is? Just, okay. I know, like, see, like, I'm the kind of guy, like, who here likes pineapple on their pizza? Right? I love pineapple on pizza because I am a soulless monster. So thank you. I'm glad other people like me for that. What are we going to talk about? Chicago, I don't know, are there a lot of Asian people in Chicago? Not too many, right? I think there aren't a lot in the Midwest because Midwestern people eat a lot of cheese and drink a lot of beer, and Asian people, we don't do well with that at all, right? All the Asian people in Chicago must be the gassiest Asian people on the planet Earth. It must be really bad. But okay, so I don't know if you didn't know some Asian people. I gotta tell you two things about myself real quick. The first thing, you're not gonna believe it when I tell you. And then the second thing, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense, all right? I have an unusual amount of body hair. Yeah, I know, nobody fucking believes me when I say that. Nobody ever believes me. Ever. All right, but here's the thing. All the body hair that nature thought to give me is concentrated directly on my nipples. It is, don't lie, it sucks. Stop it. It's the worst. Here's the thing, like, I know other dudes and ladies sometimes have nipple hair, right? But mine's Asian hair, it's straight. So it dangles down out of my man titties. Like two little Fu Manchu mustaches just fucking swinging the. So I can't wait till I'm like an actual old Asian person. I can just grow my hair out all white and then my nipple hair down to here and just like squat in a corner of Chinatown. Just stroking my nipple Fu Manchus like a wise Kung Fu master. And then a crazy homeless person will push me over and steal all my shit. That's how it's gonna go. Hashtag stop Asian hate. I shouldn't joke about that. Thank you. Stop Asian hate. It's a horrible thing, right? People figuring out that old Asian people can't defend themselves. It's fucking terrible. But at the same time, it's like, it's just kind of nice that people notice we exist now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna milk it for all it's worth to stop Asian hate. And the next time a white person even brushes up against me slightly, I'm just gonna take a flop like LeBron James. Oh God! Oh, hate crime! Hey, that was full contact. This guy! Fucking hate crime! Give me my hand out! No. See, I'm almost old. Here's the thing, like, it's gonna happen one of these days. People, like, I don't know, again, you don't know Asian people probably, but like, we age like Asian cars. Like, we run like brand new for like way longer than we should, and one day shit just starts falling off. You don't know. You know what it's gonna be. You just know it's gonna cost you about $500. That's really all you know. But that's what I know. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna have like a Mr. Miyagi moment. That's what I know. Is when I get pushed down in the street. I'm like, no! I've gone from regular old to victimizably old. Fuck. God damn it. It's hard these days. Are you guys woke people? Do you consider yourselves woke? I try. I mean, I think of myself as a progressive person. You know, but we all make mistakes. It's very hard. It's confusing these days. Like just yesterday, I never thought I would ever do this. I misgendered somebody. You ever had this problem? It's a horrible thing. I was super embarrassed about it because this poor lady wasn't even trans. That was the worst part. She was just a regular cisgender straight woman that I mistook for trans. I mistransgendered her is what I did. It's arguably just as bad. She was really upset. She was really fucking upset. I was like, listen, they, them, Zimzer. These mistakes happen, okay? How was I supposed to know that you are merely Eastern European and not transgender? How was I supposed to know that? I didn't ask you for your passport because we don't do that here in America. All right, this isn't Nazi Germany. Thank you. You guys clearly aren't vegans. I'll skip the whole any vegans in the house fucking thing there. But I've been trying to eat healthier. It's not going well. You know, I tried eating vegan for a while because my girlfriend tried to make me do it. And this is when I stopped. She made me eat the Impossible Burger. Do you know what that is? It's the meatless hamburger. Bleeds like a real hamburger. Miraculously. Good news and bad news about that. The bad news is it does not taste like meat. It does not taste exactly like meat. But the good news is that they genetically modified the plants to feel pain and have a sense of their own mortality, which I thought was a good step towards equality. You know, don't you wish that would happen to the vegans? Come on. Scientists one day was like, hey, we just found out that spinach has thoughts and feelings and writes poetry and shit, so you vegans are fucking monsters, is what I'm trying to say. What plants you can say to each other if they could talk? Yeah. Yeah, it was like, hey, it's funny, just a plant. Like, hey, how's it going, Bob? Hey, Carl, what's up? Hey, Bob, you know what I hope happens to you today? Yeah, what's that? I hope that the neighbor's Rottweiler comes over and takes the biggest, stinkiest, sloppiest shit right into your open, gaping mouth. That's what I hope happens to you. Jesus Christ, bro. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Oh my God. That's so sweet. Wow, you eat shit too, Bob. You eat shit too. You eat shit and be well. Because I'm a plant. Okay, Am my time up yet? No? 2 minutes? It's awesome. I don't know why I always do this joke here. It's because I can't do it anywhere else without getting booed off the stage. How did everybody spend their quarantine, COVID, blah, 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 blah? Anybody read? Anybody do any reading? You did some reading? Yeah. I did too. I tried, anyway. I started by reading the Bible, actually, because it was the only book in the motel I do my drugs at. So that's gotta start somewhere, right? And first impression of the Bible, not a page turner. Not a page turner, that book. Totally different reading experience from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which was the last book I read in its entirety. Kind of close. A lot of wizardry going on, but they somehow managed to make it boring. You know what I mean? I just feel like, here's the thing, the Bible could have been told in less words, all right, I feel. There's too many stories and songs. Like, even in the Garden of Eden, right? Like, Adam is in the Garden of Eden, like, he's like, oh, God, everything's amazing. And look at this, I have everything I could want to eat. Everything is beautiful. But I got one issue, one slight issue, is I'm getting kind of lonely here, God. And God was like, Adam, I got you. Here's what you're going to do, Adam. You're going to take a rib out of your chest. You're like, all right, God, here you go. Here's a rib. And I'm going to fashion one of them. Hold on. Since removing that rib, I seem to gain a whole new range of motion between here and here. I think if I just bend closer, oh my God, I can reach it. Oh Lord, you are so mighty and wise, thank you. But Adam, I'm thinking a woman for you. I'm okay, I'm good, man. And so Adam lived happily ever after in the Garden of Eden. End of Bible. That's all that needed to happen, right? No more end of days. Here's the thing, like, that I always think about too, is, because I'm fucking a horrible person, is, if Adam was so lonely in the Garden of Eden, why didn't he just bang all the animals? Why didn't he do that? It wasn't even wrong yet. He's the only human, right? He could have fucked all the animals while he was naming them. It would have been... You're like, oh, you with the curly tail and the snout nose. You I shall name Delicious Fuck Beast. That's what you are. Oh, but you with the yellow mane and the sharp claws, you'll be named Horrible Dick Slasher from here on out. That's what you're gonna be. All right, thank you, everybody. My name is Joel Kopp. Thank you for bearing with that. Get back for your host.
All right. Joel's actually the last guy I thought to read the Bible, but I'm pretty sure he needs it the most. So I'm pretty sure you read the Bible. I got you, brother. We got our next comedian coming up at 6'2", 113 pounds, soaking wet. We got Rohan coming up. Let's go, Rohan. Clear in the building. We got you. File on in. Thanks, James. Thanks. Hey, you comedians outside, why don't you just grab a seat for a second? This should be interesting, I think. Joel's fucking talking about clearing the room, and look what happened. Look what fucking happened. Going like 5 minutes extra on his time. Watch. Yeah, man, fucking arbitrary. Things are arbitrary. Comedy is arbitrary. It's actually written on my arm, arbitrary. Might as well be arbitrary.